Sorry if the lighting here is a little bad. My 12-hour subscription for sunlight is about to end for the day. So you hear people say off and on, although you hear it a lot less these days, chivalry is dead. This is a very common complaint, especially that women make about men not doing nice things for women anymore. And you can never summarize all of the problems in life with one source. You can never say this entire sector of civilization has gone to crap because of this one thing. You know, it's never that easy. But I have looked over, thought about it for a while, and one of the basic concepts of chivalry that people are down about is a lack of doing good things for other people, selflessly doing something kind for another person, right? And one of the reasons why, in my personal observation, is that there's actually 3 steps that a person and the person who's receiving the good act all have to go through in order for a good deed to actually, I guess you could say, be worth it or get the expected or desired results. Because the truth of the matter is, if you just selflessly go out of your way to do a kind thing for somebody, just because that's what you feel is the right thing to do, you can actually not only brighten their day, but make your own day a lot better. You know, I used to do that a lot as a kid. I don't as much anymore, which is something I should work on, to be perfectly honest. But there's an interesting thing, right? You have feminism has this whole mindset of I'm a strong, independent woman, you know, and I don't need some man to put me in my place by doing this thing for me and showing how weak I am, right? And so a simple act of kindness is going over to a person and opening the door for them so they don't have to do it for themselves. It's not because you think they're weak. It's not that you're trying to assert dominance. You just say, hey, I want to show you that even though I don't know who you are, I've never met you before and I'll never see you again, but you're important enough for me to do this random task to make your day a little easier and to show you that I care. Bye, never see you again, right? I mean, that's why I do it, at least, and I suspect that's why most other people out there do it, but it's become distorted by some people to be like, oh, you're asserting dominance and putting them in their place, right? And so when somebody does something nice for you, the correct thing to do in that circumstance is to show gratitude, right? Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. That was nice, right? How many times have you done something nice for somebody, worked hard for somebody, put in extra time, whatever, and they show no expression of gratitude? If anything, they criticize the little thing you did wrong, right? Then you're like, well, screw it. Why even bother? Why even try, right? You experience that at work, you experience it with family. Well, you would also experience it out in the world trying to do polite things for strangers, right? So, and look at it from the other way, right? Somebody opens the door for you, you don't want to be an inconvenience to them, so you're like, oh, no, you don't have to do that, it's fine. But what you're doing when you say that is you are denying that person the right to do a random act of kindness for you. You feel like, oh, I don't deserve it, right? People, in some cases, get the mindset of, I'm going to go make everybody else happy, and it doesn't matter how miserable I am. Well, if you had a room full of people who was each person was trying to make everybody else happy, and they didn't do anything to make themselves happy, and everybody in the room was miserable as a result, guess what? Nobody accomplished their goal, right? So you can't forget yourself in the equation of make people happy. It's considered improper or bad manners or selfish when you put so much emphasis on yourself that other people, you know, are dropped out of the equation. That's considered selfish. But if I were to invent another word, don't go the other way and be others-ish. Don't be so interested in other people's concerns that you're constantly defeating yourself, because then what about somebody who wants to do something for you? They can't make you happy, and then they take a loss and you take a loss, and it sucks for everybody, right? So the expression of gratitude after the act is done, right? And this even goes to, I was out for a walk with my girlfriend and somebody else that I've known for many years, and you know, just getting exercise and chatting and just kind of like chilling out, because the friend had a stressful week. And so anyway, and we're heading back to her car. We're going to drive back, you know, at the end of the day. And there was this lady that had a car that she was like, oh, can you please help me? She'd locked her Well, actually, no, she hadn't even locked her keys in her car. She had like the keyless start where you push the button, except she had a brain fart and left it at her apartment, got to the park we were at, turned her car off, got out, locked the door, had no way to start her car again, needed to go back to the apartment to get the keys, right? So since I was there and I'm a man and I can beat people up if I need to, not really, that's what the friend thought, I wasn't going to beat anybody up. But anyway, so we went and did this task for this lady and drove her back, and she gave my friend $10. And I was even telling the friend, you know, while this lady was off getting her money and getting the key, I was like, just accept the money, just be willing to accept the gratitude of having done this nice thing, right? And sure enough, the lady gave her $10, no harm, no foul. She was happy about it. She got her car running again, was able to make it to work. And my friend got $10, and then she gave me a $5 cut since I was, you know, kind of like helped make it happen, sort of, I guess. Being the bodyguard. So yeah, so you do something nice for somebody, and don't get into the trap of doing something nice for somebody and then sitting there and waiting for them to pay you back, right? That's the trap. You have to do something kind, totally out of your own sense of goodwill, and then it's up to that person out of their own sense of goodwill to do something back for you, right? And then when somebody repays you for your good act, the third thing is you have to willingly receive that, right? Because first you help them and then they help you, right? And if you don't accept their gratitude, now you're denying them, and they become a bum who's just counting on everybody else to do stuff for them, and they wind up feeling degraded, right? So you do the kind act because it's the right thing to do, and with no expectation of anything in return. But then the catch-22 is they have to, out of the kindness of their heart, show some gratitude, not necessarily payment, just wow, thanks. And then you have to accept that return gratitude, you know. And if you keep that balance in, you'll find that doing random nice things for people actually makes your day better. And you'll find that people doing random nice things for you makes your day better. And I think if we got into that very simple practice, not of paying people for odd jobs like opening doors, but just showing appreciation, right, and helping in return, I think we could very quickly see a return of chivalry, or whatever at least it is that people feel society is missing today. And it's just a real easy way to make people's lives better. And in 2022, who doesn't need a better day? You know what I mean? All right, y'all take care.